Until he ceases to prey on his brothers, he will need someone to maintain order. A lawman is not a restraint, but a freedom. He's a liberation. He restrains only those who would break the law and provides freedom for the rest of us to work, to laugh, to sing, to play in peace. We are here today to honor such a man. Sheriff Gilkey is known for your honesty, hard-working, unwavering devotion to duty and the law.
Keep in mind, this is 1998, and my daily driver was a 1970 Chevrolet pickup that had seen better days. You remember that, Whit? No air conditioning, radiator leaked, everything was going wrong with it, and I gassed that truck up every day, and I went out and virtually knocked on every door in the county, because that's about all I could do. We found what scrap pieces of plywood that we could, and hand-painted signs at night when it was too dark to go campaign, and there were 4 of us in the race, and what was 3 months felt like a year. But we worked hard, and we went to the people, and I told them what my plan was and what I felt like we could do, and you know, the election runoff came, and we made the runoff, because I've always believed there's a race in a race, and we went out the next 2 weeks, and I hope I don't embarrass Jerry and Christy Dawson, but and they may not even remember this, but in the runoff election, if it hadn't been for them, I wouldn't have been able to have ads in the Yell County Record and the Post-Dispatch. They coughed the money up for that. And I've never been able to thank you enough for that. So thank you. Funny story behind that real quick. Lisa was cleaning out some stuff a few weeks ago when there was all these old newspapers, and we were going through there, and she said, well, you know, this is a week after the election. We didn't have an ad in the paper. I said we couldn't afford an ad for the paper. Jerry and Christy, that meant so much. And but you know, we got through it, and you know, and it was just not just hard work on my behalf. There were so many people that year that got in behind me and went and helped us, and it was, you know, like I said, it wasn't a big campaign. I mean, financially, it was $20 here and 10 here, but we got through it, and it just goes to show that it doesn't take a lot of money, you know, to make a dream come true. And but anyway, fast forward, and we got on our feet at the sheriff's office, and Leroy Randall was right. We had a parking lot full of cars that wouldn't start. My dad always told me at the garage that everything that I learned during that garage was going to be beneficial in life. I didn't know that it was going to be being Yell County Sheriff, that I was going to have to rebuild transmissions on the conference table in the office and put this rear in, but we done what we had to do to make the budget work. And you know, like I said, where we would eat lunch some days, I would have transmissions tore apart. So, and we would be out there putting them together, putting them back in the cars that night so the guys could roll the next day. And I had the fantastic opportunity to work with 3 fantastic county judges, and that's Judge Jimmy Witt, that's here today, Brad Ware after him, and Judge Thone. And I've got to say, I've been really hard on Judge Thone, and I appreciate him. I know I probably took a few years off your career, but I appreciate you hanging in there. And you know, we worked a lot with the quorum court. We fought a lot with the quorum court. I've always been really passionate about my employees. I said this in an interview yesterday, and I'm an old race car guy. Y'all all know that. And a good friend of mine came down for Fort Smith, Chuck Knight. Raise your hand, Chuck. I've admired him for most of my life, and he is a true racing legend here in Arkansas. And I said in an interview yesterday, the Sheriff's Department is kind of like a race car to me. It's got all these moving parts. And it's got all these people behind the scenes, the crew chief and the people that work on those moving parts that put those together. And they're what really made this happen for 24 years. It really wasn't what I done. It's what all these men and women, and a lot of people don't realize this, but under the umbrella of the sheriff in Yale County, it's been up as high as 71 people. And it takes all those men and women to put these projects together. And like I said, I'm just the driver. I was just a guy that was fortunate enough to drive the car. It's all these people that you see, and raise your hand, because a lot of you stand. If you're under the umbrella of the Yale County Sheriff, raise your hand here today. And I'm telling you, these men and women are what enabled me to be here 24 years and to do the projects that we've done. It really wasn't what I'd done. I was just the idea guy. I gave the ideas, but the real credit for all the accomplishments and my 24 years are to these people and to the people of Yale County, and I wish you would give yourselves a big round of applause.